Thank you very much. I thank the media for that presentation. Your Excellency, sir, may I crave your gracious indulgence to stand on the already established me to say that while I respectfully appreciate the Principal Special Assistant to His Excellency for inviting to talk to us on this, I must sincerely submit, sir, that I consider the invitation as a setup, a serious setup. If not, how on earth can you put my picture in between two professors? To add salt to injury, he carried the excellency and, sir, you want to kill me before my time? There are people that can change my destiny. Now what this can do is that it stop my helping. Please, I'm a young man on a journey. Yes, sir. Help me where I need help. Thank you very much. To us on freedom of misinformation and the on national building, on nation building. Because of moving at the speed of light. Now, freedom of speech is your right to express your views or ideas without fear of censorship, without fear of legal action. It is a fundamental right, so the speech that close you with the right to speak or express opinion, any amount you feel also puts a check. Somebody say check. Beautiful. Now, that the Constitution shall be entitled. Now, the legal is in the particular right given to you is what that is mandatory. Nobody, no court of law can take it away from you except in accordance with the laid down procedure. Very important. The next slide, sir. I've talked about the importance of freedom of speech. Freedom of perspective, freedom enables citizens to participate in society in ways other than just voting. Freedom of speech keeps our democracy healthy by exchanging of different backgrounds. Quickly. Now, limitation to freedom of speech, like I said, it is not an absolute right. There are exceptions. And this exception, your right to speak and express yourself freely does not give you ticket to make libelous statement, slanderous statement, obscene posting of pornography, fighting words, hate speech, words that have the capacity to change the atmosphere of peace into that of disharmony. Your right to speak does not extend here. Next. Misinformation. What is misinformation? How is it? And what are the implications? Misinformation is simply fake news as completely false information, photos or videos purposefully created to spread confusion or disinform so as to instigate acts of young people. In this our time now that everybody with a good phone is a journalist, the implication is that all manner of things, verifiable and unverifiable, are flawed. A lot of fake information is not the fake information in itself, but what that information does when it gets to the person receiving it. Misconception in ethno-religious crisis, we are practical we are witnesses of this all over the country. Wherever you see crisis, you find expression thinking or by sentimental inclination to our religions and beliefs. Electoral violence. Take me back. Electoral violence. Of what information can do when it comes to electoral violence or finding expression during electioneering process or electoral period than we in Adamawa State here. You remember an experience? Yes. And I must submit with respect that Adamawa people are peace people. That we have such who experience in. Come on, put your hands together for yourself. Put your hands together for the government of Adamawa State. Economic instability. Misinformation that metamorphose into crisis, disharmony. The consequential result is that it's time to retard economic growth, economic stability, economic progress. It is often said, and I believe and subscribe to it, that there can be no meaningful development in a state of disharmony. Whatever we see happening today is because there's peace in Adamawa State. Your Excellency, sir, if there's no peace, the money that is being churned into the construction of the flyovers and under bridge in the health and in the education will be channeled into ensuring that our military are fully equipped. Come on, can you put hands together for that? The fact that we have peace is what has given Governor Fintry's-led administration the force and the decision to channel the resources into infrastructural development. And I submit with the greatest respect that the days of looking down on Adamawa is over. Nobody any part of the world and look down on Adamawa State. And that is simply because we have peace and the government have decided to channel the resources to what we can see. There are like Dr. Maurice Vonobolki said, that this government decided to spend money on what is not to spend money on what is not seen, to spend money on what we. So, in other climes where there's no peace, money is being spent daily, but the expenditure is what they can't see. But for you and me, expenditure is what we can see. The people cannot trust their leaders. What is causing crisis in the Niger Delta, with the greatest respect, is simply leadership mistrust. When the person that is supposed to give us the right information hold it back, it gives room for peddlers of fake news to take the stage. And when it happens, people will no longer trust their leaders, no matter their state of their sincere mind. Next slide. This statement was credited to the former Minister of Information. It said misinformation or fake news endangers Nigeria's corporate existence. He said it is a time bomb waiting to happen, waiting to explode. Next slide. Go further. Before Mr. Aaron will start rushing me. I'm rushing myself, sir. Thank you very much. Next slide. Next slide. Next slide. All right, hold on here. No, go. Move on. Move on. Now, hold it. Hold it. Take me back there. Take me back. Misinformation. No. Return it, sir. Thank you. No. Let's go back to that slide. Let's go back to that slide. Yes, leadership mistrust. A good example is the Occupy Nigeria protest in 2012. that was engineered by the then opposition party, the All Progressive Congress, against the former President Goodluck Jonathan. When the president announced the removal of fuel subsidy, the APC capitalized on it and peddled propaganda and fake news. They claimed that fuel subsidy is non-existent, that the People's Democratic Party is planning to loot the nation's treasury. What ensued thereafter was massive revolt and demonstration that crippled the economy of the country for days. Next slide. The victory of the opposition in 2015, President Muhammadu Buhari led administration announced an increase in the price of petroleum subsidy. Though the opposition has achieved their power in 2015, 2012 catastrophe with its attendant implication on the nation's economy will have been evaded but for misinformation, propaganda, and peddling of fake news that affect their both concocted stories. Now, this has eroded trust in the media, made it easier for unscrupulous politicians to peddle half-truth, which is always inimical. Now, the journey has begun since then, and we are still on that trajectory. We don't know the destination of the change or the increase in petroleum products. We are still on the journey. Forward, sir. Drivers of misinformation. Lack of, or oftentimes the late arrival of official information on issues. When the right custodian that should release the news delay in bringing it. Don't forget, every day people are expecting to hear what government is doing. And we expect that the government will be on its toes while you are working. We should have somebody that is saddled with the responsibility of communicating with the people. All of us cannot be in government house, but all of us are interested in what is happening in government house. So how can we be carried along? It is when the right person saddled with the responsibility to speak, speaks at the right time. It closed the door against peddlers of rumors. Affordable data. Of course, now everybody can afford data, so everybody is a journalist. And then if it's snap, he posts it, unverifiable. And I want to submit with respect that it's high time that we begin to allow our laws to find expression in dealing with peddlers of rumors. Peddlers of fake news, causing disharmony in our community. Desperate politicians, ethnic and religious bigots, of course, certain times foreign interests, general distrust in our political allies, capitalist motive, low capacity of the media to be able to gather, process, and verify immediate and distant information in real time, exacerbated and social media platform. Next slide. To misinformation. We must develop capacity to check multiple sources to confirm authenticity something on the platform you belong. Verify it before you forward it. Somebody said something, or somebody did not say something. Verify it. Let's go back to the days of investigative journalism. I know there's a pride. You are the first person that then it is the when you are not as source of news is respect. Beg the person and say, please forgive. And men of integrity that will do. Can you call the men of the press that are in this hall? I am men of the press to hear what government is doing. But we crave your gracious indulgence to please feed us with a balanced diet. Next slide. Next slide. Your Excellency, distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Gabriel Adikwu, the Principal Solicitor, Elohim Chambers. Thank you, and thank you so very much for listening. God bless you.